Hello, my name is Chetan. Welcome back to my channel. So I made a couple of changes to my channel. I've changed the name, I've changed the logo and some stuff. So talking about Fantasy Champions League, in match day 1 I made staggering 82 points. I've already uploaded my Game Week 1 preview video on the channel, so give it a watch. And if you have already watched it, let's move on to my match day 2 team selection. So let's just first talk about transfers. So I do have two players in my team which I need to transfer out. So that's Angel Correa of Atletico Madrid and Riyad Mahrez of Manchester City. Angel Correa was benched in match day 1 and didn't give any attacking returns, of course, when he came on. And Mahrez did repay my faith in him and did score a penalty against Leipzig. But he'll be coming up against PSG, who themselves have not looked that great. And City attacks is just fabulous. Still, I don't want a player who might get benched. And PSG is going to be a tight affair. So I want a starter, and I think I don't have any Bayern player in my team. I don't have Robert Lewandowski, and I don't want to transfer him in place of, say, Haaland or Ronaldo. So I do need a Bayern attacker, so that's gonna be a midfielder. So it's gonna be either Sane, Gnabry, Coman, or Muller. We don't know who's gonna start, so I have to keep an eye on who starts the weekend game in the Bundesliga. So the player which doesn't start the weekend game might have a better chance of starting the UCL game. So I think it's probably gonna be Gnabry or Sane against his former club. So that's, say it's Sane, so that's 9 million. So Mahrez out and Sane in, straight swap. So that leaves me with Angel Correa. So if I transfer out Angel Correa, I have 7.0 million in my bank. So there are loads of midfielders at 7.0, probably the holding midfielders and others. So most of them don't have a good run of fixtures or have difficult groups, the ones we look at. So I probably am going to go with the team which doesn't care about defending, doesn't care about conceding goals, and mostly looks after the attacking gameplay, wants to attack every single time no matter what's the opposition they come up against. So that's probably gonna be Atlanta. So I'm looking at Atlanta's Miranchuk, who did get attacking returns against Villarreal in their 2-2 draw and got an assist. So I'm looking at him. He will be coming up against young boys. So it's gonna be Angel Correa out and Miranchuk in. So if I make those transfer, I don't have any strong player on my bench. I'm going to play with 4-3-3. So let's just move on to my game week match day 2 team selection. So before I talk about my match day 2 team selection, I just want to say this, that match day 2, 3, 4 and most probably 5 are the best game weeks where you can use that limitless chip. But this game week, this match day is also a great one. If you want to, you can use that limitless chip and bring in all the premium players in your team. But I'm just holding on to it, and I'll probably use that chip in game week match day 3 or match day 4 after the international break. So that's for later. Right now, let's move on to my match day 2 team selection. I said I don't have a good enough bench. And starting off with goalkeeper, I'm going with Szczesny, as I already have him in my team. His price at 5.5 million, and I think he'll be coming up against Chelsea. Juventus don't look again that good. They just nicked a winner, JSR, that is, again in the Serie A midweek, and let's see how they perform at the weekend again in the Serie A. And they will be coming up against Chelsea, who I think are the best team right now in Europe, and I don't think this is going to be a 0-0. I think Juventus will surely concede, so I don't expect anything from Szczesny, though he did keep a clean sheet in match day 1. Then in my defense, I am going with 4 at the back. It's going to be Gosens, Shaw, Munier, and Chelsea's James. So Atlanta, they will be coming up against young boys, even though I don't expect a clean sheet from them. And Gosens, I think, will again start, and I think he will again pose a threat up front, and I think he can get attacking returns in this match too. Last time around, I think he did get attacking returns. I think he got 8 points, of which he scored a goal, so, and had 4 ball recoveries, so he got a 1 point for that too. So I think he's gonna be key for Atlanta in that wing back positions. So in second defender is gonna be Luke Shaw. So Manchester United lost to Young Boys, they received a red card, and I think this is gonna be the must-win game for them and against Villarreal, and I think Manchester United will go strong, and I think Luke Shaw will play, and he might get attacking returns as his crosses will be very dangerous, and Ronaldo might get attacking returns from them. So there's a high possibility that he will get clean sheet and an assist or two in this match against Villarreal, and the match is at Old Trafford, where Man United have been great this season. Then it's gonna be Meunier, who also got attacking returns in last match day, and he also had the most number of ball recoveries. I think he got 11 ball recovers, so that's 3 points, and also got an assist. So I expect him to do the same again this match day, and I think he'll be coming up against Sporting. So that's a tougher opposition than before, but still I expect Dortmund to win and get attacking returns with both of their assets in my team. And last one will be Reece James, who again was benched in the cup and I think in the weekend, and let's see who Tuchel goes with this weekend in the Premier League, and then we'll get an idea who will play against Juventus midweek in the Champions League. Still, I think I'm going to go with James in my team, who will be coming up against Juventus. So Chelsea have been defensively very solid since last season when after Tuchel's arrival, and I think they can keep a clean sheet again. They did keep a clean sheet in match day 1, as I said earlier, and again Reece James' delivery is very good. He can get attacking returns too. So in the midfield 3, after making changes, I think I'm gonna go with Sané of Bayern Munich, who will be coming up against I think Dynamo Kiev, and Bayern are just excellent. They won 3-0 against Barcelona in last match day, and I think Sané also got attacking returns. In this game week, I just want to own that Bayern attacker because I think they just gonna score 4-5 goals against Dynamo Kiev. So I think Sané is the one I can go for. So hope he get attacking returns. And the second player would be Mount, who will be coming up against Juventus again. So there might be a rotation here, but I think if he plays, he gets attacking returns. He did disappoint me in match day 1, so I'm still keeping faith in him, and I hope he repays my faith this time around. Then my third midfielder obviously is going to be Miranchuk of Atlanta, and as I said earlier, I think Atlanta is one of the best teams attacking wise, and Miranchuk has got attacking returns in the league and also in match day 1. So fully expect him to give attacking returns against Young Boys. Up front I am going with 3. So it's Haller, who did score 4 goals in the match day 1 and probably gave me the highest points a player can ever have or had in UCL Fantasy. He'll be coming up against I think Besiktas. Last game week, as I said, he scored 4 and got 21 points and also got the player of the match. So Besiktas is going to be a little tougher opposition, I think, but Ajax, the way they play the attacking football, and if you take a look at their Dutch League matches, they always just get attacking returns no matter who he comes against. So I think in match day 2 he will get attacking returns and might be a captaincy shout if the other 2 captains fail, and I don't think they will, because Haaland is coming up against Sporting, and Haaland, no matter who he comes against, you give him a chance, you give him half a chance, he'll score. He's guaranteed to score. So I think he'll get attacking returns this time around too, though I expected more attacking returns last time around. He only scored a goal and was subbed up in the 87th minute. I think hope he gets more attacking returns this time around. Same goes with Ronaldo. He was subbed off because United got a red card, and when Bissaka got a red card. But this time around, I think it's gonna be Shaw and Dalot on the wings, and they are gonna provide him with crosses. And Man United are gonna play most of their first team against Villarreal. I know they lost the Europa League final against them, but I think this time around is gonna be different. It's gonna be an Old Trafford, and I think he is one of the best captaincy choice you can have for match day 2. So that's my team. On my bench, I have Lunin, Alvarez, Acuna, and most probably Van de Beek. So I don't expect anything from my bench this time around. Last time around, it was exactly opposite. I expected everything, or my bench was very good. But this time around, I don't have a bench. So I'm going to with 4-3-3, and Ronaldo, Haaland are my best captaincy picks for my team this time around. So that's it. That's my match day 2 team selection. Do let me know what you guys think about my selection and my transfers in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the reminder whenever I upload the video. Also, do watch my FPL videos, weekly FPL videos. I post those regularly, and we are also posting the UCL videos regularly. And I have changed my Instagram initials to, it's I think FPL Fanatic Football. So give us a follow there. Well, I will be uploading my final fantasy team just before the deadline, so there might be changes to my transfers. So give us a follow there, so you guys might remain updated. And do follow our league. The league's code in the description of this video and also on the screen somewhere around the video. And see you in the next one. Good luck.